Hi, nice to have you again. I'm your friend, the Purity Guy. Let's dive into why purity matters to your spirit, mind, your career, and health. Pursuing purity means aligning our lives with God's design, not just for us, but for generations to come. So let's lean into the wisdom of scriptures, stories, research, and lessons that would empower us to live right through the lens of purity. Today, we'll explore a verse that I got a light into quite early and has been quite helpful in my purity journey. First Thessalonians 4, verse 3 to 5. The NIV reads, it is God's will that you should be sanctified, that you should avoid sexual immorality, that each of you should learn how to control your own body in a way that is holy, honorable, not in passionate lust like the pagans who do not know God. Wow. So there's a how to control your own body and avoid sexual immorality. Let's zoom in on that today. It's no longer a secret that flags of immorality boldly parade our streets, yet that doesn't mean we can't avoid it. But how? Except for rape and the likes, my viewpoint is that sexual immorality doesn't just happen. There are often cues or trails that lead to it. There is often that spark that one follows and is lured into it. Sex often evolves around peculiar people, places, and the media. That's what you feed on. So, what do I mean by this? Places. I once heard a notable lady say something in the lines of, it's only lizards or animals that dare to run into the open square where elders are having a meeting to have sex or mate. Sexual immorality doesn't just happen anywhere, it's often in a confined place. You can do yourself good to avoid being in an enclosed place together with the opposite sex, especially with someone whom you have a spark with. For me, there are places I won't go to alone. Never. I must have someone I trust, lest I'm not coming. When we begin to see purity as a treasure, like gold, diamond, sapphire, or all of them put together, we'll begin to understand that, like these treasures, you guard them. And remember, in 2 Samuel 13, if Tamar had gone to Amnon's house with a trusted friend who stayed with her all through her visit, she wouldn't have been raped. The next, people. Daniel had his three bodies, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I have mine. They are like walls, remember? Strong friends that share same purity values are like the Great Wall of China, protecting you from intruders, some of which you are unaware of. They help watch your back. Fight of purity is often easier with like-minded friends who would spur you up and strengthen you to finish the race strong, especially when you're down. I could recall precisely years back, my heart was racing for this cute friend of mine. Although I knew something was wrong, but I still couldn't place it. Then a friend leaned on and said, Yuri, this lady isn't good for you. You know that moment when you're thinking you can change her? Hmm, better flee. Oftentimes, friends speak life that would help you avoid the dark tunnel you're heading towards. Three, the media. Hey, what have you been listening to? The good thing is, you can't lie to yourself. That media you've been feeding on, that page you've been frequenting, how helpful is it to your mind? If you're sincere to yourself, will you say it's strengthening or wrecking your purity work? See, this purity thing is a warfare, a mental one. So many things are trying to buy your attention, but to avoid sexual immorality, you have to guard your heart with all diligence. Be mindful of the places you go to, the people you hang out with, and the media contents you feed on. They are affecting you. And that's how we'll wrap up today's episode. Let me hear your thoughts. Was it helpful? Are there points that have helped you and I didn't mention? Feel free to share in the comment section. We are in this journey together to sharpen one another as iron sharpens iron. See you next time, dear friend. I'm the Purity Guy. Stay focused, stay pure. A pure mind is a healthy and a wealthy mind.